Hello everyone, my name is Mark Chow and I'm the founder of the MKD Group Real Estate. Today, I'm going to take you to our newest listing, which is a duplex, a Victorian duplex, and I'm going to walk you through behind the scenes how I price it and how I market it and who I sell it to and what is the opportunity here. Come on in, let's have a look. My team focuses in Oakland and the greater part of the East Bay as well as San Francisco. Today, I'm going to walk you through this duplex. A duplex that has a vacancy as well as one occupied unit. And I'll explain in a little bit why that's important to delineate. This duplex is enormous, as you can see. It's built in about 1910, sort of at the end of the Victorian Edwardian era. So got some great features that you just can't get with new construction. That being said, if you look around, it's a little bit of a tough neighborhood. You might be able to hear the freeway, and you might see some interesting individuals around. But don't be alarmed. When there's an opportunity, you should listen very carefully. Let's go inside. Before we walk around, I want to talk you through some numbers. So, if this building, this 2-unit building, was on the market and everything was great, top rents, beautiful condition, it would sell for around $800,000 to $850,000. However, that is not the case. Clearly, this building and this unit in particular is in very poor condition. So what do we do? Who are the buyers and what is the opportunity? So I'm standing in what was and is the kitchen. You can see there's a lot of work to be done. So the question is, how much work, how much will it cost, and how much money can I make? And I will tell you, most investors, flippers, and contractors have a very specific formula for when they buy properties such as this one. They need to make some money, they need to understand how much it's going to cost to fix, and then they need to take into account the tenant that is paying low rent into their equation. As I told you, the area is a little challenging. After COVID, this particular area in downtown Oakland became very challenging. In addition, you might notice the freeway is literally right next to the building. However, let's take a look at the actual interior space. It's quite fascinating. Now, there's a few things you'll notice. You will not see the sort of bay windows anymore. They don't build this. This is Victorian and Edwardian 50, 75, 100 years ago. In addition, this unit has 2 fireplaces. You can also tell the ceiling height. It's probably about 9, maybe 9.5 feet tall. So it feels very spacious. So even though the property is in very rough condition, with some renovation, remodeling, and some nice finishing touches, it would be an incredible space that would rent for around $3,500 a month. There are about 7 or 8 rooms in this unit, and you could utilize them any way you want. Now, I think back in the day, this room was a dining room. It's got a fireplace, and it's got some built-in cabinets, probably for the silverware, and it does lead into the kitchen, which I believe I showed you a little earlier. So in modern times, most people would change this dining room into another bedroom for increased rent. Okay, so back in the day, when you had a bathroom, you had actually 2 rooms. One was the sink and the tub, and let's come on in and see what that looks like. Again, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's pretty rough. You'd probably want to tear this whole thing down, and you'd probably want to add an additional bathroom. Now, notice, no toilet. Well, where's the toilet? It's next door. Ta-da! Guys, this bedroom is very small at the back of the house. So if I were to market this, I might say it's a bedroom, or I might say it's something else, like an office or a flex space. Again, it is so small that it would be very difficult to put a queen and definitely not a king-size bed in. Okay, great. So now you've seen the interior of the vacant unit. The unit downstairs is rented for $1,600 and is not very different from this unit. So the question is, what should we price this property given that it would sell for around $850,000? And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to make a quick telephone call Call my investor and see what they'd like to offer. 1 second. Right. Yes, a lot of work. Location? Oh, okay. Thank you. Sounds good. What are you gonna guess? $550,000. If you have any interest, give us a call. So I've demonstrated the property, and clearly it's focused on contractors, flippers, investors. But there's one more play I did not talk about, and that is called the just cause legal eviction owner move-in. What in the world does that mean? It simply means this. You purchase a property, you legally evict and move into the lower unit. While you're living there, you renovate this space, then you rent it out for top dollar, hold the property for 2 years, and either move out or stay, or move out and then re-rent the lower unit, and you'll have income for the rest of your life. That is a brilliant play that most people do not consider. For more information, contact me because it does require some legal guidance.